just redone the static sag on the back. I done it when I first had the bike. He keeps, and it's altered. I've done a few thousand miles on it now. I just redone this sag. I got a proper sag gauge and everything. Redone it, and it was about 3/4 of an inch too much sag on it on my settings. So I've done it back. I've got 2 3/4 of an inch of sag with your free sag, which is that when you lift the bike up, comes back up. People think I don't know what I'm doing when I'm doing static sag on the back. So I got 2 3/4 inches on it. That's what I'm running. All I've had to do was do 2 clicks harder on the preload adjustment off the big knob there to get it right. So I've reset that. I thought it had gone a little bit softer after the last ride. So I've reset that. I've touched the forks. The forks are behaving exactly how I want them to behave. But before, when I was picking the bike up like this after my last ride, the back end did feel soft. So it doesn't anymore. It's a lot more solid, and I've got the right sag again now. So that spring must soften a little bit, but I got the sag back with the preload adjuster. And I got 2 clicks harder on the preload, so I think my old settings were 4 clicks from soft on it, so it's 6 clicks from soft now. I'll put a description below on the comments. And if you notice, I got all my leathers on. And if people think this bike is shit on the road, look at my tyres. If you think this bike is crap on road, think again. It gets a bit shaky. I've absolutely thrashed the living daylights out of this bike just now, just before. In 3-figure numbers, it does get very shaky, but this isn't on straight roads, this is round corners, so it does get quite, how can I put it, exciting. But you've got to push it hard, and down some of the long rough straights it was shaking its head a fair bit. So, but we're on knobbly tyres, Michelin Anarchy Wild, so they shouldn't be pushed that hard really. I should have been going the speeds I was going, but the bike was absolutely flat out. And to be honest, I've never ridden it that quick before on the road, but it did surprise me what she'll do. So for 72 horsepower, it doesn't hang around. But so any reviewer saying this bike does not handle on road, I've done a full leather test on it, and I do know how to ride a road bike. I might not be able to ride off-road, but I can certainly ride on-road. So that's my review of this bike. Suspension is fantastic. I've kept my same clickers I started with. I haven't adjusted the front forks because I really like them off-road and on. I just set the static sag up. Like I say, from new, I had to go 2 clicks harder. I'm 14 stone in weight. Everybody on their suspension keeps telling me you've got to do it one way and do it another. I've set my bike up, dialing it in, off-road and on-road. So I don't know what I ended up with. All I know is what I ended up with seems to be working for me. So like I say, the static sag, I noticed last time the back was a little bit soft, but she's a bit harder now. So she's back to 2 3/4 inches of sag on the back. And I'll just sit on the bike just to show you a bit of what she's like. Don't know if it'll show it. Do it with a side stand perhaps. Yeah, when I'm fully weighted, the side stand isn't quite touching the floor when it's balancing. Almost touching, but she feels real nice now again. Thought she'd gone a bit soft, but this is my setup. I've got people saying that I'm setting this up and it needs a harder spring. I would like to try it with a harder spring, but I don't know why they put a preload adjuster on it, because I think that preload adjuster hardens your spring rate up. So probably if you just had that set it on 0 and a harder spring, and then this wouldn't be doing nothing. But I'm no suspension expert. If you are, tell me. But I don't think Yamaha build a bike and wouldn't carry 2 passengers, that some people have been saying on YouTube, telling me on my comments. Me and Julie have no problem on the road with this. And I've thrashed this bike today. I mean thrashed it. I don't put my leathers on for no reason. And I'm quite impressed. Very impressed actually, on knobbly tyres. She does get lively, I must admit. She shakes a lot at very high speeds. Well, the high speeds on this, you know what the top speeds are on it. She shakes a bit on it. But the roads are pretty rough and that round here now, so expect a bit of high shaking. Steering damper would probably stop it a bit. If you were that worried about it, I don't think I would be. I don't suppose I'll push it like that again. No point. I got an MT10 to push if I want to go faster. I love this bike. It's just love it. There you go.